The Izzet deck, so the red-blue deck, is the spells deck, which is rewarded for playing a ton of instant sorceries, and the signpost uncommon is Balmor Battle Mage Captain, which is a 2-mana 1/3 with flying. Whenever you cast an instant sorcery spell, creatures you control get +1/+0 and trample until end of turn. So at Anthems, whenever you cast an instant sorcery spell, notice you can do this multiple times in the same turn. So if you have a bunch of creatures, have Balmor, utilize your archetype, and cast 2 or 3 instant sorcery spells, you can just kind of alpha strike your opponent. The Golgari black-green archetype is the Morbid archetype. Morbid is this ability that does extra stuff if something has died that turn, which means killing your opponent's creatures or you sacrificing your own creatures. It makes your cards more powerful. The signpost uncommon for this is Wardens of the Cycle, which is a 4-mana 3/4 elf warlock with Morbid. At the beginning of your end step, if a creature died this turn, choose one. You gain 2 life, or you draw a card and lose 1 life. Straight up a creature that you get value for every single turn that something died, even your opponent's creatures. So A+ design. The red-white archetype is the aggro archetype. Low-cost creatures attacking swiftly and fast. The signpost uncommon for this is Heroic Reinforcements, which is a 4-mana sorcery. Create 2 1/1 white soldier creature tokens. Till end of turn, creatures you control get +1/+1 and gain haste. So really good alongside other cards. Super rewarded for going very, very wide with a bunch of small creatures because it pumps everything, not just the 2 1/1s that enter. And that really shows off the archetype. And the very last archetype is Simic, which is green-blue, which is the ramp archetype, where you defend yourself in the early turns, accelerate your mana, and then cast giant spells and creatures, and are rewarded for lands entering the battlefield because you search up lands. The signpost uncommon for this is Tatiova Benthic Druid, which is a 5-mana 3/3 Merfolk Druid with landfall. Whenever a land you control enters, you gain 1 life and draw a card. Makes sense to me. The gain life is protecting you. You're rewarded for ramping with the landfall. It's pretty big in and of itself, so it kind of makes you want to ramp, and you draw into your big threats and stuff. I'm sad it's not a payoff in and of itself for the most part, and that it doesn't ramp in and of itself, so I kind of put this in the category with Fiendish Panda. That's still a pretty cool signpost uncommon.